Does the flour that you use to make sourdough matter? Let me show you. I've currently got 3 doughs proofing at the moment and doing the stretch and fold, and I've used 3 different flours. I want to show you the difference between all 3 of them. So the first one, I've actually used plain flour. Now plain flour generally has a protein content of around about 10 grams of protein. So that one is that one there. We then have the strong white bread flour, and this is the one from Marriages, and this has a protein content of about 13 grams. And then we've also got the Canadian, which is the protein content of about 15 grams. Again, that's the one from Marriages. So I'm just going to show you how different they all are, even at this stage. They've had 1 round of stretch and fold, and I'm due to do the next round. So let me show you how they already are behaving. So this is the plain flour. They've had the same recipe, by the way, with absolutely everything the same, just the different flour. So can you see in here, we've got a dough that is sticky and moving around, and it's quite liquidy. Then we have the strong white bread flour. It's less movement to it, that is for sure. Feels very nice to touch. And then we have the Canadian. Oops, hold the bowl better. Can you see how that is not liquidy at all? So the higher the protein content, the firmer the dough becomes. So I'm just going to do the stretch and folds on each one, just so that you can see how each one is behaving. So I've not wet my hands with this, so we're just going to see sort of how they're behaving. So this particular one, you can see it's really, really sticking to my hands, and it's really sticking to the bowl as well. I always find that when you use a low protein flour, you get an incredibly sticky dough. Then we've got this one here, still sticking to the sides, still quite sticky. If you're finding that it's sticking too much, then if you wet your hands, that does help. But certainly a lower protein content will get your hands really sticking to the dough, that is for sure. And then we've got the Canadian one over here, and that one just doesn't stick. It is so interesting, and it's definitely worth a try. If you're finding that you've got really, really sticky sourdough, it's probably because you're either putting in too much water and you're not sure how to handle it, or the flour that you're using for your dough is just not got enough protein in it. So if I put these 2 side by side, oh gosh, it's just so weird to touch the 2 of them next to each other. Oh, I'm just trying to lift both of them up. So I can lift this Canadian one out of the bowl on its own. I'm trying not to allow this one to fail, but that one just doesn't like it. So that one, I mean, it still does get stuck to the bowl. You still have to release it from the bowl. Comes out as one. And this one, doesn't matter what I try to do to it, it just wants to turn into a big sticky mess. So there you go. If you are looking for a less sticky, so there you go. That's the Canadian hand. That's what got stuck to it. That's the plain flour with the low protein in it. Go and find yourself some high protein flour, or we do stock it here in our shop as well, but you will have a much easier dough to handle with more protein in it.